Good day YouTube, Philly Joe here. I hope you're all doing very well. I hope you got to see my first two Streets of Rage 1 and 2 soundtrack tier list rankings. The videos should just be in my channel if you want to go back and watch them before you watch this one. This is the polarizing soundtrack of Streets of Rage 3. Now all Streets of Rage fans know that the third game soundtrack wasn't much like the first two, with a lot of industrial, experimental sounding themes on this track. So we're going to go over and rank each actual theme. For those that have ever been on one of my streams, or if I've been in one of your Twitch streams, you'll know that I'm a fan of this Streets of Rage 3 soundtrack. There are a few duds, but some of them are absolute bangers. Now it's going to be quite interesting and polarizing, and people are going to have a lot of thoughts on this because it's quite a controversial soundtrack. So without further ado, let's see how we go. Right, so we'll start with Streets of Rage 3's opening theme. This theme is also used in Round 5-1. Now what you will notice while we go through these themes is that a lot of them are reused in the later levels. So I think there's around about 20 total here, and a lot of, as I say, like they rehashed the themes for the later stages quite a lot. There's only a couple that were used just the once. So the opening theme itself, straight off the bat you can tell that this is a completely different kind of direction that Yuzo Koshiro was going for when he was recording this soundtrack. So it's very kind of industrial, futuristic sounding, nowhere near the kind of rave dance that started off the first two games. And yeah, so it's good. So I've just made some notes here. So it's very kind of broody, experimental kind of. It's a good beat. It's not bad. So I think I'll give this one a B to begin with. A B to begin with. I think that's fair for that one. So next we've got the character select screen, which is called Spinning Machine, as you can hear now. I remember the first time I ever played this game, I was like, what is this sound? I've never heard anything like it in my entire life. It was kind of like, I've got some notes here, psychedelic, industrial, completely different to anything I've ever heard before. And I didn't really have much of an opinion on it when I first played it back in 1994. But then, the more I've played this game, the more I actually absolutely love this theme. This is one of the greatest character select themes of all time. I know I must sound crazy, and a lot of these themes, the opinions I've got them, you might think I'm crazy, but they're just like personal opinions. Again, my tier list. Please create your own, or let me know in the comments what you think. Please, I know it's going to be a very, very interesting comment section on this video. So yeah, character select, Spinning Machine. I absolutely love it. I'm going to put it in A. It's not special, but it's very good. I absolutely adore it. I know I must be nuts. So we've got next we've got Round 1, the first screen, which is also used on Shiva Fight, Round 6, and the final boss, I believe is Robot Y or something. So this theme is called Fuse. I've got some notes here, kind of fast-paced, futuristic, kind of a robotic sound. It's pretty good. It's a good opening track. Again, setting itself completely different to the first two games. I remember when I played it back first time I ever played it, it was like, this is completely different to like any of the other sounds on either of the first two games. So yeah, I remember it feeling that way. It's like, this is completely different. So yeah, what have I given that? So I've given that a B. I think that's a fair ranking. The fact that it's used 4 times in the game, as I said here, the Shiva Round 6 and final boss, as well as Round 1-1, it's a bit detrimental to the actual track because it kind of waters it down. I don't think I would have given it an A anyway, but I think B is a fair ranking. So let's pop that there. So that's Fuse. Next one we've got Streets of Rage 3 Round 1-2. Excuse me. So this is called Cycle 1. Kind of I've tried to say what I think here. Technologic. I think that's, yeah, very technologic. It's kind of a dark sound. It's just okay. I mean, it's middle of the road, to be honest. There's that kind of boom, 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 boom. What I really do like about this whole soundtrack is the actual. I think it would use like a 32 megabyte cartridge, if I'm right, and the sound chip that they had in, something like this. So I'm sure there was something that was given to like help produce these sounds in the game. But I think it's just middle of the road for this one. A lot of these have got really good bass, like heavy bass lines, and I think it's still a really good soundtrack overall. But yeah, this one, middle of the road. Let's give that. I don't know why good endings there. Let's put that at the end. Okay, so next we've got this track is called Kamedi Coco, and this is if you were to play Bare Knuckle 3 instead of Streets of Rage 3. Of course, Ash was banned from Streets of Rage 3 because it was deemed homophobic, which it is. And this track is absolutely horrible, so it's going in D. As you can hear right now, it's absolutely stupid. It's such a ridiculous track. It's awful. It's not good whatsoever. So that's my first D of any of the 3 tier lists that I've done for Streets of Rage. Will it be the last? We'll see. Anyway, so then we've got The Poets 2. This is used on round 1, 3 and 7, 1. This track is possibly my favourite track in the game. This is an absolutely beautiful, positive sounding track, and I love it so much. I remember having it on my iPod back 20 years ago when I had the whole Streets of Rage 3 soundtrack, and The Poets 2 was one of the most listened to tracks on my iTunes list. When you look at your most played on your iTunes list, I remember seeing Streets of Rage 3 Poets 2 right up the top. It's like top 10 or something, most played tracks. So yeah, I've got very fond memories of this track. Any of the notes I've just put beautiful, lovely, amazing. So yeah, I'm going to put The Poets 2 in S. I absolutely love it, and it's one of the best tracks in the game. Excuse me, I've got a right itchy nose going on. Anyway, next stage we've got rounds 2, 1 and 5, 3. This track, I believe, is called Dub Slash. Again, this is an absolutely brilliant track. It sounds very futuristic. I love the bass on it. I love the beat, and it's the futuristic sound is absolutely brilliant. I can't describe how good it sounds. You just have to, like, as you can hear the track right now. And if you've played this game before, I'm sure you've heard this track and thought that's actually really good. So yeah, I love this track so much. I'm going to actually put it in S because it's special to me, and yeah, I'm very happy with that. Okay, here we go. The most controversial one, I think, of the whole list. We've got round 2, 2, the disco. Now this is just 16-second loop. But the note I actually wrote here was a 16-second loop of pure hedonism. Perfect. I absolutely love this track. I must be insane, but this track just makes me laugh, and every single time I play Streets of Rage 3 and I get to 2-2, I start bopping along. And anyone that's ever been on my Twitch stream knows that it's an alert for anyone that is like a new follower. I've actually got this as the alert for any new followers on my Twitch stream. So yeah, Disco Club, I absolutely love you. You're going in S2. Look at that. I mean, 3 S's in a row. What is going on? I told you I like this soundtrack. So next we've got Streets of Rage 3 Round 2 boss. It's actually the boss theme for quite a few of the rounds. This is the standard boss track. It's pretty good. I like it. What notes have I put here? So I've got, it's nice. It's a nice futuristic beat. It's got a good melody. It's not the best. I know from my Streets of Rage 2 tier list, I put the boss battle music at B. I think I had a comment from Minzy as well saying it should be A because it's a really good one. And I thought about it, I'm going to stick to B, but it was very close A. But I'm also putting this in B too. So yeah, I think the boss music is good, and yeah, I think B is a fair rank for that. Okay, so next we've got a track called Percussion, which is the beginning of stage 3. This is like where the winds kind of blow in and it's got drums falling everywhere and whatnot. It's just okay. I've wrote here, it's just alright. It's not great. It fits. What I've put here is it fits the level quite well. The kind of like it's a kind of undertoned sound. It's not in your face or anything. It's just like it fits the actual scene of the round itself. So I'm going to pop that in B. Alright, next we've got a track called Bulldozer, which is round 3-2. This gives you a great sense of, dread. What have I wrote here? Urgency. Yeah, a great sense of urgency. I know it's got a very annoying kind of intro that goes boom, 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 boom. But after that, it's just beat after beat. It's like I love it. It's so fun. It's such a fun little track once you get past the annoying bit at the beginning. I'm going to put that in A because I'm a big fan of Bulldozer. And yeah, excuse me. So there we go. Okay, next one we've got round 3-3. What's this track called? Random Cross. It's kind of just the notes I've put here is like it's very experimental, but it's not my thing. It doesn't really hit home with me. I respect it, what the sound is, but I'm just not a big fan. I wrote here B, but I'm actually tempted to pop it in C. I think I will. Yeah, I'm going to change it. Last minute thing. It's just not my thing. C it goes. So that was Random Cross, that one. Alright, the next one, we've got Happy Paradise. Now this is the first screen of round 4. So we've got here, it's an interesting rhythm, very futuristic. It's a good sound. It's not very good, I think it's just good. I've marked it as a B on this one. But if you're a fan of any of the ones that I'm kind of just like not bothered about, just let me know in the comments what your thoughts are if you think that they're worth a bit more respect. So I'm going to put that in B. So that's round 4. That was Happy Paradise. Next we've got round 4-2, which is called, I believe it's just called Tunnel Way, and basically it's just a few jumbled up sounds. It's just kind of a blah 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 blah. It's not very good at all. I'm going to pop that in C. It's just a few jumbled up sounds. I understand it sounds like you're in a tunnel, so it fits the level, but you can't really call it a good track. It's just a few notes. So yeah, Tunnel Way's gone in C for that one. Now, Streets of Rage 3, round 4-3, the boss called. The track itself is called Shinobi Reverse. Now this is awesome. This is absolutely brilliant because, as many of you will probably already know, that Yuzo Koshiro also did the music for Shinobi. Now, the fact that this boss has kind of 3 Shinobi-esque bosses that you have to fight, the music is created is very much, you could have just picked it straight out of a Shinobi game. It sounds very much like a Shinobi game, and I absolutely love it. I love the fact that it's in a Streets of Rage game. So I'm going to give it an S ranking. This track is absolutely banging. I love it so much. So good. Look at that, 4 S's. Crazy, isn't it? So yeah, massive fan of Shinobi Reverse there. That's the boss battle of round 4, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, next track's called Moon. This is round 5-2. It's a nice little melody, actually. I like that. It's nice. I think it's nothing special, but nice. That's the note I've just put here, and I think that's just due. I think that's just worth a B, to be honest. It's just nice, you know. It's just okay. Okay, so the next track we've got is Robo X, which is the Mr. X battle at the end of stage 5. where you find out he's a robot, of course. It has some sense of urgency, but it's just kind of like lackluster. I'm not a fan of this theme at all. What notes have I put here? Yeah, it's a bit suspenseful, but not that good. So, what have I given it? C. Yeah, it's not good. No, I think that's fair. But then we've got on stage 6 boss, we've got a track called Crazy Train. This track took me by surprise, as in it's nuts. It's an absolutely effed up song. It's all over the place, but it's that all over the place that actually made me laugh. And I'm kind of like grown fond of it because it's just so nuts. So as you can hear, this track itself, and if you heard the track before, it's just all over the place. But it's that crazy that it's just funny. It's that bad it's good kind of thing. So yeah, what do I put here? Frantic, fast-paced, effed up, made me laugh, and I gave it a B. So I think a B's are fair. I know a lot of people would put that in C or D because it's just like all over the place, but it made me laugh, and yeah, I think I'll stick with my guns on that one. B ranking for that. So then we got the Poets 1, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I think is used in the City Hall if you don't save the mayor on round 6. So this track is the Poets 1. It's not a touch on the Poets 2. It's got some nice bits, but it's just okay. I've given that a B ranking too. There's a lot of B rankings in this tier list. So yeah, I'll pop that there. I think that's a fair assumption of the Poets 1. I know there's some people that are fans of the Poets 1, so let me know in the comments what you think. Alright, and then we've got, I believe this is Cycle 2. Yeah, I'm a fan of this track. It's very good. I think the fast pace of it and the catchy, like, dun 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 bit, like, kind of really, like, caught my attention, and I really like it. I've actually given it an A. So I've put notes here: experimental, industrial. It's just fun. It's a fun track. I'm a fan. So yeah, A it goes. There we go. Alright, so that was the Cycle 2. And then we've got the boss battle with Dr. Dan before Robo Y on round 7. The track is called Inga Raisin, R-A-S-E-N. Nothing works on this track. It's an absolute mess. I don't like it whatsoever, and it's going in D. Let me know if you think anything else, but this track is all over the gaff. It's just not good either. It's not good at all. So that's my second D of this of the whole of Streets of Rage. So I think that's, yeah, I couldn't give it any good positive things to say whatsoever. I listened to it about 3 times. I know it's like a 4-minute track that loops over, but yeah, it's just not my thing. So yeah, D it is, which is a shame because I think the last level uses another track up here, doesn't it? What's I think the last level is it's final boss, so it's actually Fuse that's used on the final boss of the game, which is a bit of a cop out. It would have been great to have had a really good final boss theme, but we haven't got one in this game. It's very very unfortunate. I think he missed the trick there. Anyway, on the good ending, we've got a theme that harks back to Streets of Rage 1 and Streets of Rage 2 opening themes, and it's just a wonderful theme. It's a really good version of the opening tracks, and I've given it an A because it's great to hear that sound in this game, because there's none of it up until now. It's just all over the place, this soundtrack. It's absolutely crazy, and in a way I really, really like that. I respect and appreciate what they did with the Streets of Rage 3 soundtrack, and they had to make it sound different, else it would have been a bit too samey, and they definitely made it sound very different. So lots of applause to Yuzo Koshiro. He is an absolute genius. He's brilliant, and I know he did tracks for Streets of Rage 4. I think at some point I will rank Streets of Rage 4 as well. Everyone knows that's quite a modern game, and I just wanted to do the first 3 here. But now I have, I can focus and concentrate on other tier lists for soundtracks. So there we go, that's all three Streets of Rage, first three Streets of Rage games ranked, all the tier lists done, and I'm going to put in the next part how many S ranks overall for each game, A, B, C and D as well, and we'll just tally them up and see where we're at. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you sticking around to the end of this video. I know it's a hard watch, as in this soundtrack is sometimes a hard listen, I'll admit it, and some of them are just unlistenable, especially the Ash track and the Dr. Down track. Oh no, none of that. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. Please subscribe, and I'm going to get a load of other content up soon. So thanks and have a good day. Bye.